Another day, another dollar. Day trading live here on YouTube this morning. Going to show you guys the trades that went down. We had a beautiful setup at open, and then the market just went sideways. I talked about during the live stream, like why it's so important to just not trade that sideways action. If the market isn't giving us opportunities, the market's not giving us the setups that we need to have the risk to reward that we want for trading, well, then we just don't trade. I'm going to show you guys the live trades right here in this video, so make sure you stay tuned. Up to the 950s now, where that resistance is on the NASDAQ here. Kind of just waiting to see what happens here. Give it a little bit of time. Market just opened. No point in jumping in all crazy. There's that push up there off the 920s now, so up 30 handles. We're looking for a little pullback here. Look at a pullback. Does it going to bounce off the 920s again? It's trying to push again off that 920 area here. Currently long, just jumped in long there. Looking for a push up 291s on the Qs, so we can push up above the 960s here. The SPY holding, trying to push to 386 on the SPY. Right now the Qs pushing up here. Looking for this push up, looking for the push up here. Up $37, $40 on one contract currently. Looking for more, baby. Give me that $50 bill. No point in selling yet. Let it keep riding. We're pushing up to the 291s here. Continuing higher, 60s now. And let's see if we can get up to the 70s. 291 on the Qs, my target, like I said. And there we go, getting that lock in profit, $56 on one contract. I've been trying to, like, if I trade like right at the open and I only trade one, there it is, up to the 80s now. Hey, if you enjoy these videos, do me one big favor, hit that like button, subscribe button. There's buttons down there. Also tune in 9:30 a.m. Eastern live on YouTube, breaking down the moves, talking about what's going on, the thought process, and all that fun stuff every single morning, 9:30 a.m. Eastern. I'll see you guys there. Let's go. Beautiful move there, boys. Absolutely just a beautiful move. We got that retest of that 920 level, and then there's that rocket ship up there to the 8. Still going. Oh my gosh, I could have held that one. I could have held that one a little longer. 70, almost 80 handles so far off of that level, so congratulations. I saw a couple people talking about the idea the market was going to go down, but hey, I was pretty confident we were going to get that push. All right, so I'd like to see a bit of a pullback here. We're getting a little overextended. If we get a pullback to that previous area of resistance, that 291 area would be nice on the Qs right now. I'm going to just sit back, wait for the pullback here to get long. See, like that right there, like you could get short. Like the problem is, like, you get short at the bottom of this, the low of this candle, and then look, the next candle just chopped right back up there. So all right, so we're just still sitting around right now waiting for this to kind of figure out. We had this big move up here, still kind of just bounced around, choppy action up here right now. So I'd like to see a pullback to that VWAP. We know we're going to get that pullback to that VWAP at some point. So the SPY looking like we're finding some trouble on the SPY right now. I'd say we're getting some trouble on the SPY here. 387 starting to look like it wants to round out here. Well, everything's kind of lining up for the idea of a pullback to the VWAP, that previous area of resistance there at the 386, and then on the Qs, kind of that same idea. We get a pullback to the 291 area. That's right where we got the VWAP at. All right, so getting the pullback now on the SPY, on the NASDAQ here. But again, just getting bought up, man. Still trying to push up here. The SPY holding that 387 right now. The NASDAQ trying to hold here, 292. So push it up now, looking for a push above the 40s. Like I said, here we go. We're going to take some profit right there at the 40s now. We got one more contract long. Looking for that push up above the 40s here. The SPY looking like it wants to push. We got everything pushing right now above the 40s here. We're up to that resistance here now. I'd like to get a little bit more here. Remember, one more little pop. And up to the 46s now. I'm putting an order out there, getting filled at the 46.50 level. The way I look at the market is literally this living, breathing thing, right? And the problem is, like, if a lot of people are sitting there, like if there's a lot of people sitting at this level right here, and they're like, let's get short, let's get short. Any type of upward movement, now you get a little push up. So now this is basically a squeeze. You know, these shorts right here are trapped. The shorts get short. The shorts get short. People get short at that 12,020 area here, thinking we're going to crash. And then we pop up, people start covering, and then we push up again. So we're basically creating like these moves up based on these shorts getting trapped. That 12,020 area, just ding, 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 choppy. I think a lot of times too, when you get this choppy action, you got to be kind of like also thinking like, are there buyers stepping in there trying to push this up, or, you know, are the shorts kind of getting a little over aggressive? And I think that's 100% what just happened. You have the shorts kind of loading up, piling in there at that level, and then any type of push up, boom, the shorts get squeezed. Now, obviously, it wasn't a massive squeeze here, but I mean, this 100% was a squeeze candle. So the tick basically is showing us what stock, like how many stocks are advancing, how many stocks are declining. And you can see through this move, like there's basically this zero line here. See how where that zero is? There's a zero line here, and we've basically been above that zero the whole morning so far. And what does that tell me? That we really haven't had many declining stocks. If we're down here, you know, below the zero, we can start to think about getting short. But as we're kind of just bouncing around this level, doesn't really give us a reason to get short yet. And starting to get a nice little pullback. So there, this is a great example again. Look at this. What do we get? This is 100% now. You got people chasing this move. You got the FOMOers. You got people buying into this move. And there's that pullback. And you can see that's basically the longs getting trapped up there. People thinking, okay, we're going to break. We broke this level. We're going to keep going higher. The longs are then FOMOing. The shorts are FOMOing, trying to get out of that position. And then there's that move down. We got the Qs pulling back here, the VWAP. That was right at that resistance here. Look at that resistance line. And I think that's an overall downward of that. Where that line, yeah, so that's on the daily chart. Look at that, how that played out perfectly. Pushed up to that resistance there on the daily chart, that overall trend line. So far on the day, I'm up $130, trading only one contract. People are always like, why do you only trade one contract? I've been like, I just got back from Florida. I just like to get back into it. I like to, you know, put some, I like to get some wallet padding. A video that was like, I made $20 or I made $200 a day. I made $200 off of 2 really good trades. If I made that video and I put that out, people would be like, I don't care. But if I made a video where I was like, I made $20,000 buying at the top and I sold, you know, like everyone would be super pumped on that. Right now, the SPY, I'm telling you, this is not looking good with the SPY here. Here's the thing, right? Like if the SPY was moving, if the SPY was pushing up above that VWAP and like showing that it was moving, then I would think about taking a long here. Like I would get long at this level based on a couple different things. You know, we're right there at the VWAP. We're looking like we want to push up. We're kind of almost making a higher low here. I would say 90% of the time this is going to be a move we're going to push up here. We're going to start to curl back up and try to retest that high again. But I just don't like what's going on with the SPY. Even though, like, hey, look, I'm at the VWAP. Hey, look, there's, you know, everything looks like it wants to go up. A lot of times you need to make sure, like, hey, is the SPY looking bullish as well? Is the Qs looking bullish? Because the problem is if the SPY starts to crash, like if the SPY drops and loses this level, it doesn't matter what happens on the Qs. Like the NASDAQ's going to get murdered, right? Because as soon as the SPY breaks below this level, 386, you're going to see sell, sell, sell on the Qs. So there's no point in me taking a trade here long on the Qs as long as the SPY is basically stuck there. Right now, this market going sideways, literally just left to right now. Like I said, you know, maybe you could take a little trade. You know, you could buy these, kind of try to buy the bottom, short the top. But the problem is once this range finally breaks out, you're going to basically lose any of that profit there. So we're up $135 on the day right now, doing it live on YouTube, trading only one contract. Only one contract on the micros, not bad. And what's crazy is I tell people all the time, like, you don't need $20,000. You don't need $10,000. You don't need $5,000. You can trade literally one micro contract. You can trade that. I mean, I would say a $500 account. You can start trading futures with a $500 account. You can trade one micro contract. And I mean, realistic goal, I mean, is I think $100 a day is a very realistic goal. Just trading one contract. It's literally that's a very, very like conservative.
Yeah.